Is jeffing an effective way to run? Now, a lot of you guys out there may do jeffing, some of you guys may not, and have absolutely no clue what I'm on about right now. So today, I'm going to be wiping those pages clean and giving some pros and cons as to why or why not you should do jeffing, and then just a conclusion so you can make up your mind as to what's best to do. So firstly, what is jeffing? So basically, jeffing is using the method of run walk for all of your runs. Well, not all of your runs, but the majority of your runs. So for example, it may be 1 minute run, 1 minute walk, or something similar to that. So, and you just do that throughout your whole run right from the start. It's not a flat out run, but it's just your jog pace and then walk. Jog pace, then walk. And you just repeat that over and over again. Apologies if the light's a bit poor here, going for a little bit of a dark area, but yeah. So that's basically what jeffing is, and it's quite common in the 5Ks and 10Ks to get in the a lot of beginner runners. Onto the pros of doing this. Pros of doing this, it's brilliant to catch beginner runners in, to get them hooked into the event, because it can often be quite intimidating just going out there and running solid effort, and it can feel quite daunting to people to do this, and they often don't really want to. So it's a good way to get beginner runners into actually doing running. Number two, it's brilliant if you're coming back from injury. Now, when you're coming back from an injury, it's it's not good to go out on your runs, because running takes a lot of force for your legs, and it's not good to get straight back to it straight away. So in this instance, it's good to just do this so that you can build back up that fitness nice and gradually before you get straight into doing the whole distance all in one again. Point three is it enables you to get through the distance without getting too tired. But yeah, but this is really good for your 10Ks, half marathons and marathons. Not really a 5K, but for all your other distances, this is really good idea for these runners out there. They're a bit of a novice to the event, because yeah, it's very hard to pace yourself for those distances effectively. And if you go out straight away with run walk, it's going to be almost impossible for you to get too tired, and it allows you to have that little bit of recovery for you to keep going throughout the whole entire distance. And finally, for the pros, is that it allows you to keep that heart rate down. Now, I have this is going to sound crazy, but my heart is not brilliant when it comes to keeping it low. I often have a lot of struggles with cardiac drift, and that's a scientific term, and it's basically the longer and longer you run, your heart rate goes up, and no matter what you do, that heart rate is not going to come down. Don't matter if you go to a slow jog, if you go flat out, the heart rate for me, it's really just sort of 18 kilometers onwards. My heart rate will go zooming up to about 180 beats a minute, and it won't come down. But if I did jeffing on those runs, I wouldn't get that issue. So if I was doing an ultra marathon, maybe that will happen soon one day. But yeah, if I was doing an ultra marathon, this would be a really good way to run, because it keeps that heart rate down, you can run for longer, and it reduces that cardiac drift. Onto the cons of jeffing. You're not going to be able to get past a certain time. Be it 5K, it's going to reach a point where, personally for me, my personal best for the 5K is 18:34, and realistically, I don't think it's possible to run 18:34 for a 5K while doing jeffing, by running and walking, because purely you're going to be losing several minutes, up to like 6 or 7 minutes just by walking. And if you cut that out, but yeah, going at the same pace, that's like 7 minutes quicker already. So that's really that's vital minutes. So if you can train yourself to do it without, you're going to be running a lot quicker. And of course, there will be a limit. I would reckon probably maybe 23 minutes at a push you may be able to do with jeffing, but past that point, it's going to be really, really difficult. Number 2 is that it can get quite mentally challenging. Now, this may sound crazy to some people, but when you're going out on your runs, it's sometimes when you're doing easy runs or something, it's very nice to just sort of switch off and start thinking about it, rather than if you're going out there and you're constantly having to think about running easy and then walking. You constantly have to have that brain engaged and turned on and thinking about what you're doing, as opposed to me just going out here now, cruising along at a steady pace. Obviously this is quite a lot quicker than my easy pace at the moment, just sort of enjoying it and getting the legs moving. But yeah, it's it doesn't, you can't really switch off that much, and it makes the runs that little bit more mentally challenging. Number 3 is that it makes it a lot more tempting to go hard effort when you're doing those interval sections. Well, not intervals, but when you're running, because you're getting so much rest, it makes it a lot more tempting. Just go, oh, I'm going to give it a hard effort, I'm going to speed up, and I'm just going to go crazy, and then I can walk, and then I can do it again. This isn't great, because that then starts to turn this into interval running. And I always say is that 2 times a week is really the limit, I think, for interval running. I go by the rule of about 80% easy of your week, and that last 20% nice hard effort. Now, this is a good rule to go by because it stops you from getting injured. Now, if you're just going out, just picture it, it's probably not great to go out on every single run, hard effort all the time. You're bound to get injured, so you should probably really avoid doing this, because it's not brilliant. Just going past an exercise group here, which my mum's taking part in. But yeah, it's not brilliant on your body, so you should really just make sure that you avoid, because you can lead to overtraining and such other things as injuries. Now, of course, there's quite a big balanced argument there as to why or why not you should do jeffing, and it can be quite tough to make up your mind. My honest opinion is, well, it depends what you want out of running, really. Are you focusing on just getting fit, getting more active, or is it you're chasing times for your 5k? If you're chasing times, this isn't the way to go. But if you're wanting to just get more active, this is absolutely perfect. Let me know down in the comments what your views are on this. Do you do jeffing? Do you not do jeffing? What are your opinions on it all? Because this is the thing that a lot of people do at park runs these days. So yeah, let me down in the comments your views on it. On the map of my mistakes, I'm here if you need me. Just keep on believing. So thank you so much to everyone that's got to this point of the video. It really does mean a lot. And if you're at this point of the video, you probably want to hit that subscribe button, because you've clearly enjoyed this video and found it interesting. And I have a lot of these sort of videos all in the back catalogue, all about running tips, me running and training for things, sharing my experiences and getting you guys involved as well, and share with your friends and family and just anyone that you think would enjoy these videos, because yeah, the more people that come to this channel, the bigger the channel is going to grow, and the more learning content there will be for everyone to take a piece out of it and get the quickest times and the best they want out of their running. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.